What it be two Timers here. Since I'm doing my reviews for Stephen King films, here's my review for the 1982 film version of Creepshow. Now, of course, right now Creepshow is a TV show on Shudder, but before that, it was a feature. It was actually based on a couple. It was actually mostly based on a couple of shorts by Stephen King, not an actual book. It did do a couple of sequels like part two and three, but the first one always holds up. It's directed by the great zombie film director George A. Romero, who did such a great job with this film. It is actually like pretty much a this anthology film. It was pretty much American Horror Story before American Horror Story became here. It's pretty much about like these five short but terrifying tales contained within a single full length feature. The film conjures scares from traditional boogeymans to a monster that escapes from his holding cell. It also another one also focuses on a husband played by Leslie Nielsen with a creative way to gain back at his cheating wife. Other stories contain concern about this rural man played by Stephen King, and a visitor from outer space, as well as this homeowner played by E.J. Marshall with like bug problems, and you also have a boozing corpse in this as well. I mean, these shorts are really intriguing. Uh, Now, a couple of shorts included Prologue, Father's Day, The Lonesome Death of Jody Verrill. You also had Something to Tide You Over, The Crate, they're creeping up on you, Epilogue. You also had loads of really cool supporting cast members, such as Tom Atkins, you even had Ed Harris. You had Joe King, who, of course, if you guys don't know, Joe King is actually the son of Stephen King, who is actually an author in his own part. So he was actually a kid when he, started in Creepshow. You also had the likes of Hal Holbrook was in this, Barbu. You had E.J. Marshall, the late Ned Betty, Leslie Nielsen, Ted Danson. You even had Richard Gere in a cameo. The creepiest one would probably be the Father's Day one. That one was pretty creepy. Like you know yeah, I mean this definitely has some really creepy aspects to it. Like the stories are really insane. It's definitely one of the most terrifying horror films of the '80s. I mean, the '80s was a really cool time for horror. I mean, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Child's Play, but I feel people rarely talk about Creepshow. Creepshow is such a creepy one. Uh, George A. Romero, obviously, the zombie master. He does such a great job with this film. Now, not a couple of the shows I believe was directed by different people, but this is definitely really a really decent one worth checking out. If you have not really seen the 1982 Creepshow film, definitely check that. The TV show is actually not bad as well. Like I really quite like the TV show that's on Shudder. But if you guys want to check out something that was based on, go watch the original Creepshow. It's a horror classic. I think it still holds up nowadays. I think most people, if you talk about Creepshow, they'll know what you're talking about. Uh, but it's definitely a terrifying one. I mean, it was pretty much the American Horror Story of the '80s. Granted, it was a TV show, but still, it's definitely one of my favorite anthology horror films there is. Like, I always do love a good anthology, whether it's American Horror Story, whether it's something like I don't know, whether it's Holidays, whether it's Creepshow. This is definitely one worth checking out. So, and Leslie Nielsen, by the way, before he became a big time comedic actor and stuff, he's done like horror and dramas before. So, I always found that to be pretty cool there. But anyway, definitely go check out Creepshow if you guys haven't seen it. Anyway, let me lead you guys. Have you ever seen the film version of Creepshow? If so, what's up? Were you a fan of it? Were you not a fan of it? Which one, like which story arc was your favorite out of the short stories here? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notification. This is Simmer Style.